It's so good to talk to you, Mark, and that was a remarkable performance in an incredible film. It was all about the storytelling. I mean, that must have been, I guess, what attracted you to it in the first place.
Yeah, I'm an avid fan of journalism. I see its importance in the world, and I felt like this was a story where we saw where journalism actually really works at its best. I read it and immediately had signed on without hesitation.
I'm not surprised. And of course, you played the real-life reporter from the Boston Globe. I would imagine you would have had to spend some time with him, get to know him, and get to understand what he was like.
Yeah, I got to know Mike Resendiz, who I played. I got to know him very well. I spent probably a week solid with him at his elbow, at work, haranguing him with questions. I don't think he was used to having somebody asking him questions. I think he reserved that for himself. I think it made him a little uncomfortable at first, but eventually I think he saw what I was trying to do, and it's really to honor him and to honor, you know, the survivors of this.
And I think people want movies like this. I mean, the response that there's been to this film already, the Oscar nominations, congratulations for that, of course. People want this kind of film. Thanks. You know, they actually do want a movie like this. And I think, actually, that one of the things, as well as the fact that it tells a story that has to be told and people need to hear it, maybe this will set a trend for this type of film, which would be great.
These kinds of movies ask a little bit more of us and engage us in a different way. And I think everyone is a little surprised. I know I was, to have it have such, you know, expansive acceptance and love throughout, you know, now the world. Which I think is a good signal that we could keep making more of these kinds of films and actually do well.
Very much so. They tell me, though, there was a time in your 20s when you sort of thought about giving it up, really. I'm glad you didn't.
Several times.
Really?
Over the years. You know, when you're an actor, it's kind of a cliche, but you do hit some tough times, especially early on. I wasn't sure that that I was cut out for it, because I really wasn't getting much acting work. I was doing more bartending and other kind of freelance work, whatever I could get at the time. But the acting thing didn't seem to be panning out for me. Well, it certainly worked. It certainly has worked, that's for sure. Yeah, of course it. Thank you so much for talking to us today. We know Spotlight's out today. It's a cracking film. Good luck with the Oscars, and it was a joy to talk to you. Come back and see us anytime. Thank you, Mark. Thank you for having me, Lorraine.